One of the tasks that many parents like me approach with trepidation is the talk with our kids.
It's something that has to be done, Sharon. We're getting some guidance today from certified sex therapist Laurie Watson. It's so wonderful to have you here. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
So let's talk about age appropriateness. What age should we have the talk with our children?
Okay, there's not just one talk.
Okay.
We start talking with our children when they're little. Okay. So by the time they're 2 and we're naming nose and mouth and chin, we should be naming all their private parts too.
Using the
real
proper
names.
name?
That's
now,
right.
I shouldn't use goober anymore? And doodlebug? Oh, boy. And lady parts?
You got to name all the lady parts.
Okay, okay. All right.
And what difference does it make with them knowing the proper name versus calling it a nickname?
Well, it's really important because they own and integrate that part of their body into the total self-image of who they are. It's also important later on for protection so that they can say, these are my parts and this might have been what happened to me. And
okay, yeah. And also, we don't want them to be embarrassed about their parts. And so if we're embarrassed, then they'll feel like they should be embarrassed. And
exactly,
okay.
Exactly. Then by the time they're 5, really 4 and 5 is a natural window that children are curious. So we want to tell them about how it all fits together. It's like a puzzle, you know?
Like
the boy parts and the girl parts fit together like a puzzle.
Like, sorry.
Yes.
I shouldn't do that with my hands. But that puzzle?
That's the puzzle,
That puzzle.
Yes.
Okay.
Explaining that we have different parts, they do different things?
Right, and they come together just like a puzzle, and it's about love, and it feels good. It's very simple,
and they can
very
get that
easy.
at 4 to 5?
Absolutely. And they're very curious. They'll see pregnant women. They'll ask questions. It's a natural window.
Okay.
Yeah, I've caught Lila running around in my bra. And she put it on correctly.
Oh, there you go.
See?
All right. Well, and I think I've now fallen into this. The peers beat you to the punch if you don't get to it by the time your kids are in school.
Yes, absolutely. By the time the children are in school age, we want to have told them lots and lots and lots.
Okay.
And it's from our perspective, because we want to tell them the true answers, the right answers, and we want to tell them from our moral perspective what this is all about.
Okay.
And you say that 10 is the new 16?
Yes, yes.
That is
I'm sorry, but 10-year-olds are being propositioned with sexual acts.
Yeah.
So we want to protect them. We want them to know from our perspective. And anything that we might have thought a 16-year-old needed to know, your 10-year-old needs to know that.
Okay, my son is almost 10.
Right.
I'm okay.
Right.
All right, so what if you start the conversation and your kids won't talk or participate in this?
Okay. Kids want to know. They really want to know. I had a client who came in, and she was a young woman. I don't see many children. And I said, you know, how many times are you going to sit with a sex therapist? It's a great time to ask questions. And she said, I don't have any questions. And I said, well, why don't you ask your friends if they have any questions? Oh. And she came back with a scroll. Seriously, a long, long list of questions.
Yeah.
So ask them, why don't you ask your friends? You know, ask your friends if they have any questions, and I'll answer those for you, too.
Oh, that's a good way
And it takes the pressure off them.
Right. So what do you say to the people who say, if you talk about these things, you're encouraging promiscuity, encouraging them to have sex?
Right. Actually, the studies show that if the mother tells the young woman about what it's all about and what her body can do, she owns it for herself, and she's so much less likely to be promiscuous or to think that somebody else caused this experience. Okay. She knows it's in her body. Her mother told her so, and her mother tells the truth, so she knows it's hers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And real quick, because we have to wrap it up, should mother and father participate in a conversation together with this child, or do you separate?
I think it can be separate. You know, fathers should also be participating with his children and telling them things, maybe telling the boys and the mother tell the girls, although I'm a mother of boys, so I told them. I mean, I think it should be from both.
Okay.
Messages of protection, pleasure, romance, that love and respect come first. I think that's important from both parents.
Such an important topic, Laurie. Thank you so much.
I'm going to do it, Laurie. Wish me
New
luck.
Year's resolution.
New Year's, doing it. Okay.
Good.